Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be playing two different games. The first game is a game called Be a Paper Airplane, and the second game is going to be the No Jumping Obby. In Be a Paper Airplane, it's pretty simple. It's a pretty basic game. You just kind of fall off of this tower and you make some money, and then you do some upgrades to make a little bit more money. There's not much else to this game besides buying floors and upgrading your paper airplane itself, and then falling off of this tower again to make some more money just to do it again. But nonetheless, it's pretty fun. As I'm making money, I'm buying more floors and eventually saving up to get a new airplane.
Bruh.
After a few more jumps, I have a decent amount of money, and then I discover that there is a lucky block that you can open on the starting platform, and I open it and I get a good little boost in money. The lucky block gives me enough money to buy the level 2 airplane. And then on top of that, I buy another floor and then go for a jump. The amount of money I make per jump keeps increasing as I buy new floors. After a few more floors, the upgrades start to come a little bit too slow. So now I'm going to cut to a little bit later whenever I find another lucky block to give me a little bit of a boost in money. This lucky block gave me even more money than the last time and was enough for me to upgrade to level 3 airplane. After upgrading the airplane again, my jumps were making a lot more money. Each jump was now yielding almost 10,000.
Bruh.
I grind up until I unlock the 20th floor. At this point I am making a lot of money, and I decide to click the auto button in order for it to automatically make money. Here's a short time lapse of me using the auto feature to make money in the background. When I come back, I see that I have $400,000 saved up. I buy the level 4 airplane and the level 5 airplane, and then I buy another floor. I take another jump and make a significant amount of money. I take a few more jumps before deciding to move on to the next game, which is an obby, but you are not able to jump. I waste no time starting the obby. I collect the first checkpoint and climb up the ladder. After climbing the ladder, I drop down to the next checkpoint and get onto this speed thing to take me to the next one. Then I am introduced to this material that seems to be bouncy. Bouncing on this stuff, I make it to the next checkpoint. The next stage is very simple and I just have to walk across. Then I stand on the speed brick and don't move to make it to the next checkpoint. In the next stage, this button makes the course appear. I collect the next checkpoint and easily make it to the next checkpoint, avoiding the kill bricks. Then this speed brick tries to slow me down, but I am still able to make it to the next checkpoint. Then I am introduced to the slippery material, but there are walls keeping me from falling off the edge. After doing some easy parkour without being able to jump, I make it to the next checkpoint. Another one of those bouncy things take me to the next checkpoint. I climb up the ladder and walk on these jagged bricks to make it to the next checkpoint. I climb up this tilted ladder to make it to the next checkpoint, then easily bouncing to the next one. I then get onto this moving platform and easily get across to the other side. Then there are some disappearing bricks in the way, but I manage. And then I have to climb another ladder to get to the next checkpoint. Another speed brick stands in the way of the next checkpoint, but I make it. And it is then that I realize that this obby is a lot longer than I originally thought it was going to be, and that I had only passed the effortless stage. Despite this realization, I decided to go on. I make it to the next checkpoint and then have to go across an invisible bridge in order to make it to the next one. I climb up the ladder and make it to the next checkpoint. After just simply walking against the wall, I make it to the next checkpoint. The next stage wasn't much harder, and I just had to go over these gaps. The next stage had me bouncing around a wall. Then I simply bounce into the next checkpoint. Then I have to go around this pillar, to make it to the next checkpoint. Then there's a kill brick bridge that was very easy to get past. Then a sky platform takes me to the next checkpoint. Then I climb the ladder. I have to go across some broken pieces of brick and climb another ladder. The next stage, there is a lot of ladders to climb. The next stage reintroduces the ice bricks that make it very slippery. I still was, however, able to make it to the next checkpoint. Then I had to go across these discs that had kill bricks on them, but they were very easy to avoid. I then had to bounce around another wall. Then I had to weave in between these pillars to make it to the next checkpoint. Another button made the wall disappear. Then I had to type rope. Then I get launched to the other side and have to climb another ladder that had another type rope. The next stage had me going around some walls. And after that, I had to climb a ladder that was on the side of a wall. After climbing the ladder, I make it to the next section. The next section was the normal section, and it started off very easy. It didn't seem that the normal section was any harder than the previous one. I have to climb a ladder to make it to the next checkpoint. And then on the next section is where I first die. And I don't die once, but twice. Being more careful, I'm able to navigate to the other side. The next section is a speed brick with a bunch of kill bricks on it. I'm able to pass it, and then I find a shortcut on the next section. Then I have to bounce between bounce pads. The next section gave me quite a bit of trouble, as I could not find the balance. After a few attempts, however, I was able to make it. This was by far the hardest stage up to this point. But finally, after finding the balance, I was able to make it. Then I just had to hug a pillar to make it to the next checkpoint. The The next section had me walking around pillars. I make it to the next checkpoint and then have to climb a ladder. After climbing a ladder, I walk around to the other checkpoint. The next stage is also a slippery level, however there are walls to catch you. I died to the next stage as I did not realize it was a disappearing platform. I stand on the safe platform in the middle until the brick respawns and then make it to the checkpoint. Next, I have to get onto a spinning platform and make it between the walls. The next stage is a bouncy platform, and I failed the first time. I am more careful the second time and make it to the next checkpoint. Then I walk between kill bricks to the next platform. The next section I thought was very cool. I had to float between platforms that soon turned into kill bricks. I made it to the next section, which was slippery again with kill bricks. I make it to the next checkpoint. I had to walk around a wall for the next stage, which was also slippery. Then there were more kill bricks that I had to walk between. I then made it to the medium difficulty section. The first part of the medium difficulty section had me bouncing around a wall. This bouncy stick launched me across the map. The next stage was slippery, but this time it had bounce pads, and I died. My very next attempt was successful. This bounce stick launches me to the side and I make it to the next checkpoint. On the next stage, I walked off of the platform. Trying again, I make it to the next checkpoint. The next section has me bouncing between bounce pads. I make it to the next stage and walk up these platforms. Then I bounce over a wall. Then I do a kill brick dropper and make it to the next checkpoint. Then I die to a kill brick trying to make it to the next platform. Multiple times. I make the jump and climb the ladder. The next stage has me dropping onto platforms. I used the bouncer to take me to the next checkpoint. Then I had to walk across these weird slopes to the next checkpoint. After that, there was more slopes that I had to walk onto. I eventually made it to the next checkpoint. The next section had bouncy paths and gave me a little bit of trouble at first. On my first attempt, I died to the kill brick. Then I walked straight into the kill brick on my next attempt. On my third attempt, I would just walk off of the platform. But on my fourth attempt, I would finally make it to the next checkpoint. The next stage was very simple and I just had to walk between this wall. There was a speed brick, however, but it gave me no trouble. There is another speed stick, but this time there is kill bricks on the path. I make it to the next checkpoint. The next stage has ladders that you have to crawl on. This random guy decided to show me how to do it. After having guidance from this random guy, I make it to the next checkpoint. This bounce pad leads me straight to my death. I am more careful on my next attempt and make it to the next checkpoint. Then I have to bounce on top of these pillars. It takes me more than one try, but I manage. Then I have to use this bouncy wall to make it onto a ladder. I make it to the next checkpoint. Then a turbine leads me to the next checkpoint. As I complete the last few stages of this video, I want to thank you if you were able to make it to the end of the video. I decided to put 2 videos together for this one because I don't think they'd make very good videos on their own, even though this video is still dog shit. If you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe.